Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today what we're going to be doing is an unbox for Ikaruga on the Sega Naomi. This was by default a Sega GD-ROM games, but what I had actually made for me was a conversion that actually has the game on the cartridge. So we'll get it unboxed, installed on the Naomi, and then we'll get some quick gameplay just showing it playing in the arcade cabinet. So first let's just get it unboxed and go from there. Okay, just got it wrapped in some bubble wrap, which is nice. And we'll set this out of the way. And so, here you go. Nice clean cartridge and everything else. So, if you didn't know that this was not an official release in cartridge form, you would be hard-pressed to tell the difference. So, that is the cartridge. So all I'm going to do is come around here, and I already have the Naomi base out. Obviously, I could run this on the Naomi 1 or Naomi 2, but I'm just going to use the Naomi 2 for this. Take out Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Set it to the side for a second. And it just slides right in here. Like that. You press down all four corners and then in the center. And then that's how it's installed into the Naomi 2 motherboard or Naomi 1 motherboard. Also, I know some people always ask, how do I store my games when I'm not playing them to protect whatever else? So a long time ago, I had these cases right here that I just put my Naomi games in there when I'm not using them. So for example, I'll take this, like that, snap box it, and then on the shelf I can see the name, whatever else, little picture art, whatever right there. So that's just how I store the games when I'm not playing them in these cases like this. Also have some other cases that are on my blog. And in case you can't find this exact model, there's some other cases out there that you can still buy pretty cheap that hold Naomi 1 and Naomi 2 games pretty safely. So just an option out there for anybody who's looking for a place to, in a way, to store their games. That being said, we're going to take this one out. And I'm going to actually go ahead and put this in here. And obviously, if you were running, a real arcade, whatever, they have the bolts. You would bolt this in, and then you wouldn't have to worry about any kind of creep. But I change games out so frequently that I haven't used bolts to hold my games in for years, and I haven't had any problems like that. You just make sure it's all snug, and you're good to go. And so that's installed inside the Naomi, and I will get this installed in the Naomi Universal cabinet, and then we'll see some quick gameplay with it running inside there. And this is by default a vertical game, so I will have the screen rotated in a vertical orientation for everything else. So stay tuned and we'll get some quick gameplay. Hey everyone, so now we have the cartridge installed in the Sega Naomi here. So this is just a quick recap for those who may not be as familiar with arcade hardware and they just stumbled upon the channel seeing me talking about arcade games. So as a recap, the Sega Naomi is a JVS arcade board. It is not hooked up to the arcade cabinet with the JAMA standard. So right here, that's your JVS connector. Next to that, you have your audio connections right here, your red and white. Next to that right here, you have your VGA connection, and then you have your two power connectors there. So once again, that's the cartridge back inside there we talked about before, so it's installed. So what we're going to do is just power up the arcade cabinet. And remember, we are running this in a Naomi Universal arcade cabinet, so it's by default a JVS cabinet. So it's as official as you could get, basically. Okay, so there's your boot sequence. And you'll see that it boots up relatively fast, so it's already booted. Just that quick. And that's the biggest advantage of using the cartridges, a flash system, or even if you're doing a net boot, if it's already loaded into the memory of your net booting DIMM, is that you don't have that long wait time that you would if you were to boot this from the GD-ROM, which is the original state that the game came in. So a lot of different solutions. But you can't go wrong if you just want to boot it from the original GD-ROM as well. That's how it originally came out. And if you got a kit for that, it's certainly fine to use. But these are just alternative methods for playing the game. So it's just doing a standard countdown, whatever else. You don't have to wait for this. So I can just come in here, hit the start button, and it comes right up here. So there you go. So I'm not doing a full gameplay or review of the game that it's been reviewed to death. It's one of the most well-known shooters in the world. So it's up to everybody knows about it and everything else. I'm going to see if it starts a little a track screen in a second. If not, I'll just hit start on it. I'm not going to go do a gameplay or anything like that, but looks like it's just waiting for me to actually do input, so it's not starting up with an track mode, which is fine. So I'll just hit start here, and I'll turn the volume up just slightly. So modes: easy, normal, hard, whatever, right? And then from here, you'll be able to pick normal game or a trial, right? So like your score attack type things, right? Then it gives you how to play and stuff like that. It's on free play, so I'm at home. I don't normally feel like putting in tokens or yen that often. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I just have games on free play. So from all intents and purposes, if you didn't know I was playing it on the cart, you would think it's being played from the GD-ROM. There's no gameplay differences, no lag or any slowdown or anything like that. So it plays very well. So I'll just hit start here. And I didn't mention it, but yeah, I already rotated the screen to be in a vertical orientation for this game. So it's one of the few games that I should say it's one of the few, but it is a game that plays in a vertical orientation instead of horizontal. So anyway, I'm going to bring this video to an end. As always, if you have any questions about anything, leave a comment on the video, and I'll be sure to get back as soon as I can with you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll have some new videos coming out soon with some new hardware and such. But as always, talk to you later. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a good day. Peace.